My parents cut me off and called me cheap because I used to babysit my sister's children and gave them little money. I shocked everyone when I stopped being kind and said, I used to babysit my sister's kids 4 nights a week after working full-time at a dental office. Not because I had to, because I thought that's what family did. Melissa had 3 kids under 10 and a husband who somehow always had late meetings whenever childcare came up. My parents lived 15 minutes away, retired, healthy, and always unavailable whenever she needed help, so she called me instead. At first it was occasional, then it became every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and usually one weekend night too. I'd leave work exhausted, stop for groceries because her fridge was always empty, help with homework, clean the kitchen, put the kids to bed, then drive home close to midnight. Sometimes Melissa handed me $40, sometimes nothing. My parents acted like I should feel honored to help. Meanwhile, my younger brother Tyler never did anything and still got praised for showing up to birthdays with a grocery store cake. The part that finally got to me wasn't even the babysitting. It was Christmas 2 years ago. I'd spent around $600 on gifts for Melissa's kids because I knew money was tight for them. Bikes, winter coats, tablets for school, everything wrapped under the tree. Melissa gave me a candle and a gas station gift card. Then my dad laughed and said, maybe if you stopped being so cheap all the time, you'd have a family of your own by now. The room went quiet. 3 days earlier, Melissa had borrowed another $1,200 from me because their car broke down. I helped pay for my parents' roof the year before. I even covered Tyler's rent once after he lost his job, but somehow I was the selfish one because I stopped saying yes fast enough. After that, she became the family joke. Every time I said no to something, my mom acted offended. She'd call just to check in, then casually mention Melissa needed money for dance lessons, or Tyler couldn't pay his phone bill again. One night, Melissa dropped her kids at my apartment without asking. I opened the door holding a bowl of cereal while she rushed inside carrying overnight bags. You're a lifesaver, she said. I have plans. She stopped walking. What plans? That question irritated me more than anything. Like I needed permission to have my own life. I'm not babysitting tonight. Her face changed immediately. You know what? Mom was right about you lately. I handed her one of the bags back. Take your kids home. She laughed like I was bluffing. So I walked outside, opened her van door, and started buckling the youngest back into his car seat. She looked completely shocked. That was the first time I ever pushed back. After that, things got ugly fast. Family group chats without me, passive-aggressive Facebook posts about people who forget where they came from. Then my aunt accidentally told me something I apparently wasn't supposed to know. My parents plan to leave almost everything to Melissa because she has children. Not just the house, their savings too. My dad had told relatives I wouldn't need much since I was single. That's when everything finally made sense. Why my help was expected instead of appreciated. Why every dollar I gave disappeared without acknowledgement. I stopped answering calls, stopped lending money, stopped babysitting, and I finally did something for myself. I bought a condo downtown. Nothing huge, just modern, quiet, close to work, with a small balcony overlooking the river. I didn't tell anyone until after closing. My mom found out through Facebook when I posted a photo of the keys. Within an hour, my phone exploded. Apparently, they were furious. I'd spent money on property instead of helping family. My dad actually said, must be nice wasting money while your sister struggles. I laughed for the first time in months. Yeah, I said, it is. That weekend, they demanded I come to dinner. The second I walked in, I knew it was an ambush. Melissa sat there crying. Dad had paperwork sitting on the table. Turns out they were months behind on mortgage payments. Since I clearly had money, they wanted me to co-sign a refinance loan, not lend money. Co-sign. My dad slid the papers toward me like this was normal. We all need to make sacrifices. I looked down at the numbers. Over $280,000 in debt, missed payments, credit cards, everything rolled together. I pushed the papers back. No. Silence. Then Melissa started crying harder, while my mom talked about loyalty and family responsibility. Then my dad delivered the line that ended everything. You've always been cheap when it mattered. Leto. I stood up, grabbed my purse, and looked directly at him. No, I said. I was just the only one paying. Then I walked out. A month later, Melissa lost the house. My parents took them in. Tyler moved back too after another breakup. 3 grown adults and 3 kids crammed into my parents' place. Meanwhile, I sat on my condo balcony every evening in complete silence. Last Thanksgiving, Melissa texted me for the first time in months, not to apologize, to ask if I could babysit just for a few hours. I stared at the message, then replied with 4 words, ask the firstborn son.